Are you going to help me? Do you want to help? All right, let's finish this series up by showing you how to put in new tires and tubes, and then this Super V will be finished and ready for a test drive. Let's get started. Yeah, this thing is completely dry rotted. Oh, and you can see that that rim tape is in bad shape, so we're gonna have to replace that. All right, there's a lot of dirt in here, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll put new rim tape on it. Okay, so here is going to be the new rim tape. It's just rubber rim tape, and it's like a rubber band that you just stretch over this. So we'll put those on in a second. And then I've also got a new 26-inch tube with a Schrader valve. I like Schrader valves better than Presta because Prestas are a pain. These just are much easier for me to fill up and everything else. So let's go ahead and get the rim tape on, and then we'll move on to getting the tube back installed. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is just stretch it over and align the valve stem hole with the new rim tape. And I'm just going to use a stubby screwdriver to put in there so it doesn't move around, and we just simply stretch it over the rim. Like that. Okay, so here's our tire that we're going to use. There's a new Continental Double Fighter. And then on this tube, I just put enough air in it to be a little, to hold its shape a little bit. It's a lot easier to do this. So one thing that's a good practice is to find where your where the air pressure is on the tire, which is right in here. And then that's where you should probably locate your valve stem. So it's always right there. You don't have to do that, it's just a good practice. So let me go ahead and get this in, and we'll get started. Okay, so now the tube's in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just mount the tire to the rim. You also want to remember, look for the rotation marker, and these tires are directional, so they rotate this way. So we want to make sure the rim is on this way because that's the way it goes on the bike. We're going to try to do this by hand because I don't want to risk popping the tube with the tire levers. This last part's where it's going to get a little hard because there's not a lot of room left. So we may have to use tire levers here, but we're going to be careful. If you can do it without tire levers, it's a lot safer for the tube. There we go. Okay. So now we just check and make sure the tube's not hanging out anywhere, doing anything funny. Looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and air this up and see if we can get the bead to seat. All right, we're going to check, make sure everything looks okay. What we're looking for is the bead or anything to be looking weird. It all looks really good to me. Wow, so this looks so much better. Continental makes a great tire. And you can see the difference when I hold the old tires up. These tires are really noisy. They're just made for off-road, on trails, things like that. But this tire is actually called the Double Fighter because it's made, it's kind of an urban tire. So you can, if you want to ride on the street, you can. And then it should be at home in gravel and on trails too. From the reviews that I've read, this seems like a true dual-purpose tire, not just a hybrid tire, but because of the really extra big knobbies out here and the medium ones in here, it actually does dual purpose, where in the center here, it'll be nice and quiet and low rolling resistance on the road. And then as you get out into the trails or gravel or things like that, you've got these hard knobbies as they go out that gives you a lot of traction and a lot of control. So I'm really excited about these to see how they perform on this. All right, there it is, completely finished, totally restored, and completely adjusted. So I'm gonna go take it for a test drive. Hope you guys enjoyed this series, and see you in the next video.